Welcome back to Livie'S Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel, and I'm your host, Fam the Fabulous. For more ideas, inspiration, swaps, and challenges, click the link in the description below to join our craft community, the Maker Exchange, on Facebook. Welcome back, all my artists, creatives, crafters, and makers. Welcome back to the Lovely Lab. It is Saturday morning. Not sure when this video is going to go up, because it is Memorial Day weekend and we've got things planned. And so I want to hop on this morning real quick before Josh got up. He's probably going to wake up any second now and the phone's going to start ringing. Yeah, I know how it goes. Okay. But I also have Saturday morning walk through the Bible. You know I told you about that. Coming up in about 30 minutes. So I wanted to go ahead and open up my beautiful coloring book and just, chat and color, get this out my system, because hubby is away doing an emergency maintenance call, so the house is a little bit quiet, and I don't have to make breakfast just yet, although I am at the moment. Josh is gonna be 10 next month, and so my sister, she lives in Texas. I was mentioning to her, like, oh my gosh, I gotta stop this. I never get a chance to, just dive into anything I want to do, because I gotta every minute stop and get a snack, or, pick get something for the boy to eat, and, all of the things. And so she was like, what do you mean you get him something to eat? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, when he gets hungry, he needs something to snack on. She said, ma'am, he's at the age where he can very well start, gathering some of those things for himself. And especially if you set it up where he has at his disposal in a certain area, specific areas, things that he can readily turn to and grab from the cabinet. What did I do with the cabinet? And so I was like, oh, well, thanks for sharing that with me, because honestly, you get into the habit of grabbing the foods from when they're small. You get in the habit of making everything for them. And because he doesn't have any older siblings, I'm not saying that I don't get as tired, that I'm not tired as quickly as someone who would have multiple children. But what I'm saying is that if I had 3 kids, it would have dawned on me a lot earlier, trust me and believe me when I say, to allow him to fend for himself, because he would have had 2 other siblings where I'm like, I'm not getting up to do that for 3 people, and so she made a very valid point. And so from that day forward, we've been getting up at the time when he wants to get some breakfast, going into the kitchen and making some toast and heating up some sausage for him, basically helping him learn his way around in that kitchen, because truth be told, mama is tired, and he's at the age where he can accompany me to certain places, but he's also in other words, he can come with me when I do photo orders, and I don't have to worry about looking behind me to see if he's in the car seat and he's fine. When he was 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, there's places I couldn't go because I'd be out of the car for like 5 minutes, but he's about to be 10. He completely entertains himself inside that car when I'm not in there. He's got his tablet, he's got the radio, a book, magazine, color, things like that. So I can take him with me when I need to step out really quickly. But that being said, we have this past week, I showed him how to get his own cereal. Well, I did that last month, so he's getting his own cereal. I just set it out with the bowl and a cup with a top and straw for his milk, so he can get that. And some of y'all are judging me like, girl, he should have been able to pour cereal at 5. I know, you're right. And I'm perfectly fine with you judging me, because I have accepted the fact that I have babied him a little too long. But I'll be honest with you, I just didn't know any better. And even if I didn't know any better, I just didn't have the mental capacity to process that as fast. Okay? So forgive me for babying a boy too long. But one thing I do not want to do is raise a young man who can't, figure out what he needs to be doing in that kitchen, and be relying on a young woman to put a meal together. In the meantime, he can only heat up a microwave dish. No, we're not doing that. So it's my job as his mom to kind of teach him. So at this point, I think he's okay with going in there and cereal and toast. Cereal and toast. Next step up will be waffles and microwave pancakes, okay? Because I don't pull out a griddle. I don't make pancakes, but when he gets older, I'll show him how to do that. But for now, while I have to spend my time making breakfast and so many other things, it doesn't leave me time to make a whole lot of fully home-cooked meals like Grandma and Mommy's used to do. So y'all can judge me on that too. I'm perfectly fine. Now, today's Saturday, like I said before, so that means that we will be out and about to, I already used that color. We'll be heading to a neighboring town to, there's a carnival, a little festival at one of the local churches, and so we plan to, I've got a photo order to stop and do on the way there, and then my husband also has an estimate. We got to get it where we live, you know what I mean? Like, if the money's there and the work is there, so you squeeze what you can into the schedule, keep it moving, and still enjoy the weekend with your family, So we'll be doing that, and then we'll probably just come home and get some takeout or something like that. Yeah, I said takeout. But I think we'll probably put something on the grill on Sunday, because we'll have time to do that. Because Josh doesn't have any other siblings in the home, he's not an only child. He's my only child, but my husband has children from a previous marriage, so Josh's siblings are all adults, majority of them with children. There would have been 8 children altogether, including my daughter, but his oldest brother was killed about 3 years before he was born. So that leaves 5 siblings and then him. So there's still six kids. All of them are in different states because they're adults and have their own families. And so we visit them when we can. But yeah, because he's raised as an only child, I want to go something bright in here. Let me see what this color looking like. Because he's raised as an only child, there we go, that's cute. A lot of the things that we do outside of the home are things that are of entertainment value for him. And plus we don't live close to any of his friends. So one is in a town about 45 minutes away and the other is in a town about 30 minutes away. Those are his closest friends that he grew up with. That's just how it is down here in South. Everything is so spread out. Now back home when I was growing up, your friends was like right around the corner. You could leave your home and walk the sidewalk and be at your friend's house and your parents wouldn't have an issue. Josh could walk that same amount of time and be at the house 3 doors down. Because stuff is so spread out here. It truly is. But God is good. He finds ways to connect with his peers through gaming, phone, and then we meet up whenever we can with whoever we can. And then there's a couple of friends that are maybe 15 minutes within us that we meet up with from time to time. And then when we're out and about at these different events, he always links up with some new kid, finds a way to. He makes friends easy. One, because he's a comedian. He's a little comedian. Sarcastic as he can be. I don't know where he gets that from. I do not know where he gets that from. But they're at that age, 9, 10 years old, where the vocabulary is expanding and they're listening in on the words that you use to apply them, to see how they can apply them in their little worlds, And some of the things that come out this kid's mouth, I am telling you, you'll be like, how old is he again? Because he uses the words correctly. He does. But you wouldn't expect it out of someone his age. Some of the things he says, I didn't, use fully until I was an adult. Like disparaging. Hello, who, what, huh? What kid is using disparaging? What adult uses disparaging readily? Okay, and so, last week we got a visit from one of my favorite uncles from Chicago, my Uncle Larry and my Aunt Lois. And it was such a joy because I hadn't seen them in over 20 years, so I definitely want to make a point to get up north. I have another family. This is my father's brother. I have another aunt and uncle in, I think it's Springfield, Illinois. So probably, I don't know how far away that is from Chicago, but those are the families that when I was growing up, we would go and visit on family vacation in the summertime. And when I was growing up, you didn't fly. Nobody was hopping flights to go on vacation. Now it's just like, if it ain't 3 hours away, it's a flight. 3 or 4 hours away, especially when you have kids. Because being in a car with the kids, even one, for longer than 4 hours, it kind of takes away from the vacationing experience. But when I was growing up, we would get into my dad's van. My dad he worked for General Motors, so he bought a Chevy van, brand new, And then my mom had a Chevette. Remember the Chevettes, the hatchbacks? And all they made was hatchbacks at that time. Well, my mom had this Chevette, but my dad had this, it was a Chevy van with a sliding door. It wasn't Econoline. I don't believe it was an Econoline. I think it was, what do you call it? I don't remember what kind of van it was, but it was the 2 seats in the front, 2 seats in the back behind it, and in the back you could have it was usually used for workmen, carpenters and stuff would buy it, and then they would put all their stuff in the back, paint buckets and stuff, because I've often seen them nowadays like that. But my dad had built a 2 benches in the back, 2 benches, and then so that's where we would sit. Now this is before seatbelts were mandatory, so we would sit in the back in the cushions because that's where the fun was, and my brother would sit in the middle seat, no car seat, because car seats weren't even a thing then. Okay, but on the trip, my dad would put a sheet of plywood down between the 2 benches, and the 2 benches had a cushion on them. My grandmother had made a cushion for them, and then he would lift those up, put the drywall down, the plywood down, put these 2 paint buckets underneath, and which would help support the middle part of it, and then put the extra pillows in the middle, 2 more pillows in the middle that my grandmother had covered, so it would essentially be a bed. And that is how we would go on family vacation. No, we did not stop at in a 4 hotel. That was the hotel. I don't remember ever going to a hotel as a kid. I don't. So, but anyways, let me get this here. This needs to be great. So yeah, that was our family vacationing experience. We did not do a whole lot of, hoteling it and McDonald'ing on the road. My mother fried some chicken. The morning that we would head out, we'd have some fruits, vegetables, some fruits, apples, oranges, chips, drinks, juices, and we would hit the road. Some washcloths, and our suitcases would also be under that bench, the middle part of that bench, and we would go. And then a week later we would return. And I tell you, that was probably the funnest time that we had, was on those family trips. Getting there was something. It was an experience. In addition to once we finally got there, because we would see all of our cousins and hang out with them, and it was such a different experience from where we were at. We lived in a quiet, quaint little part of the city of Rochester. And quiet little neighborhood, very diverse, older, younger, single people, families. And when we would go to Chicago, it was like this same type of shock people have when they go to New York. It's like, oh my gosh, the hustle, the bustle, the noise, the fun, the action. Now if I go back there now, I probably wouldn't be shocked at all. But as a kid going there, it was just like, oh my gosh, we're going from a quiet neighborhood to a neighborhood where everybody's out and hanging and having fun, and but we enjoyed ourselves, and that was a staple for our family vacations and our summers. We always look forward to the summer vacation because we knew we would be going to go visit our family in Illinois. So, and my uncle he's such a cool character, just real chill and laid back. Now he's very forthcoming. Now he's not brutally honest like I've been alleged to be, but you push the wrong button, you say the wrong thing, and that chillness will be agitated a bit. I told you I'm not a colorist, so don't be expecting perfection here. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it, and just to have a few minutes to create and see some color before I head out and make my way for the day. So don't be expecting perfection. Anyway, so that is how summer vacations would be for us. Now, my son, that's fast forward, because we school from home, we have been on vacation when my husband's taking on projects out of state. So, we pack up the stuff and head out with the computers and the supporting curriculums and keep it moving. So that's how much things have changed from one generation to the next. We don't have to wait for summer vacation to go on a family vacation. We just need to make sure dad's not working. So when he wraps up a project and he's out of town a couple days before, we'll fly out, hang out with him, and then make our way back together as a family. So let me see, what else can we do on this page? You know what I can do? This frame. Do I want to do it brown? No. This is make-believe. Why not go with something bright? I gotta figure out what color the walls is gonna be. Alright, so let me check the time. It's 8:49, so I've been here for 20 minutes. No, 17 minutes. Let me go ahead and do this frame. Should I do the frame? No, I'm going to do the bookcase in brown. And then y'all can tell me what color I should do the frame in. Okay? Drop in the comments. Let me know what color I should do for this frame here and what color I should do for the walls. We've got colors here. Here we go. Y'all see? Which one of these should be for the wall and which one of these should be for the frame? Okay? We got area number 1, area number 2, area number 3. So call your color out from those areas and let me know which one I should be working with. And I hope y'all not getting dizzy looking at the color, looking at the page upside down and to the side and so on and so forth. But if I'm not, perhaps you won't be either. Not that y'all are mean. So listen, also drop in the comments, let me know what you guys are doing for this holiday weekend, or what you did depending on when this video goes up. Cooking out, going to family, hanging out at some local events. Facebook is a great way to find out what's happening in the community. Facebook events. I've really started relying on that to schedule what we got going on for the weekend. I'll pull something up, send it to hubby, ask him what his thoughts are on it, and then he can plan accordingly his work schedule so that we can get out and be about as a crew. That's how we do it. We go as a crew. So yeah, drop in the comments, let me know what you guys are doing. What are you up to? Are you sitting at home chilling? You crafting? Also, there is an event that's happening today at 11 o'clock. It's an event that's hosted by, it's a tag making event that is hosted by PM Studios. And I found out about this through Where Baking and Crafting Meets, the Facebook group that's founded and hosted by Felicia. So if I'm still home then, because I already clicked going, and prayerfully I'll still be here. But if we're still here and haven't left out the house yet, I will be right in there. I probably won't have my supplies out crafting along with them, but I definitely want to see, because I think she does a lot of mixed media work, and I love it. I love her style, or should I say her aesthetic? Either or. It's interesting. So that's what I got going on, and if that's something that you're interested in, I think she has local live, no, not local, regular lives. I think she had one a few Saturdays ago. I know Felicia goes on live, but I don't think hers are scheduled. So now Felicia, I think she's trying to schedule a cake decorating live. So for those of you who like baking and you know, cakes and cupcakes and things of that nature, and now I don't do none of that, but I sure want to see how it's done. I'm not gonna beg for whatever she makes. I promise you I won't. And I'm definitely gonna have to work to keep my fingers off the keyboard from asking, because I've seen some of the things that she's made and decorated, and by the time she gets done with it, I'm like, girl, can you send me just a little crumb of it? Just a little crumb, you know? So yeah, head over to Where Baking and Crafting Meets so that you can see. I can't remember the lady. I want to say her name is Marcia. It might not be, but if you go to the events or just type in PM Studio, you'll see the events that she's put in there, and if there may be one coming up. So I want to thank you guys for sitting and chatting with me. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope that your Memorial Day weekend is wonderful and that you remember what this holiday is about. Okay? Until we're back here together on YouTube, guys, stay encouraged, stay blessed, stay creative and crafting. Bye for now.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe to join the crafty community, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new uploads. Thank you so much for watching. Now stay tuned for more from Livie'S Lovelies, your inspirational craft channel. Bye for now.